everybody, and welcome back to Mysteries of the Maw. I hope you're having a lovely, spooky evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Last time, the group encountered the survivors they were supposed to be here to save, but upon learning what they had to do to survive down here, got into a bit of a tiff in an argument, ended up killing two of their members and being told to essentially fuck right off. And as the group made their way through what seemed like an endless shifting tunnel, they found their way to a balcony where they observed what seemed to be the bottom or center of the maw, where they saw all sorts of things happening, but also they saw what seemed to be a ship that had been stuck to the side of the wall. And through much discussion, trying to figure out what would be the best way, through the combination of Kreg and Dr.Nicolai, devised a way for Kreg to teleport into the ship. And upon teleporting into the ship, a pod opened behind him, and a blue and green skinned figure, two horns rising out of the front of his head, was sitting on the edge and asked, "Who the fuck are you?" And we're going to pick up right there.
Do I recognize him?
He looks very familiar.
Forgive me for the intrusion. I did not mean to disturb you.
I mean, you activated the ship, which wakes me up. So you want to tell me what the hell's going on down here?
Do you know where you are?
No. Are you not one of mine?
This next question is going to be very specific. What do you mean by one of yours? Who would be one of yours?
And in this next response, you don't see his mouth move, but you hear it in your head.
Of course.
And he goes, "One of mine. One of the collective."
Cool.
Why else would you be here and waking me up?
If I'm perfectly honest, which I will be throughout our conversation, we had no intention of waking anyone up. We did not know you were in here.
Fuck, that means I lost.
Currently, you are inside of what the people outside call the maw.
What?
The maw. It is...
And you see he goes over to one of the portholes. Oh, fuck. Well, that's not good.
I presume this was not part of your plan.
Is the world eaten yet?
No, though I believe that is expected to happen.
Yeah.
Is that what you wanted?
No. No.
I apologize. My name is Kreg.
It's a mouthful.
Yes, you may simply call me Kreg if most folk find it easier.
Kreg.
You... I believe the title I've heard is the Drowned King.
Yeah. And as he confirms this, you see he starts grabbing basically like a shirt and putting it over and pulling on a set of pants. He goes, "You can just call me Zarathar, and that's fine."
Zarathar.
And he goes, "Well, what happened to the other me?"
That is the issue, I believe. We are in him. The maw is the other you.
No. Okay. All right. Clearly, you have no fucking clue what's going on. So let me let me elaborate. So that thing out there, and he start pointing at the black goo. It's like that is the infection that I meant. Those were my foot soldiers. That's the weapon I would use to take planets, right? But I am not it. I made it, but it's not me. I control it. It's not. It's. Do you have a gun or a weapon or something? You have a gun, right? But you're not your gun.
I don't carry a gun. No,
but the problem with this gun is it keeps going off if you're not holding on to it.
I see. Can you stop it?
I mean, depends on how far gone it is. Because if it's gone to this point, that means there's another hive mind. Something else that's not me is in charge. It's got to. Somebody else is holding the gun.
I believe that would be the case. I believe it is the other you that is holding the gun. If there is another, apologies. I was there. I was not there when you arrived, but I existed.
Really quickly, just in case something was not clarified, and this could be wrong information, but Nico said the ghost that DK left.
So, and also, just per your knowledge, Kreg, the DK who attacked this planet was killed by the 6.
Okay.
The 6 legendary heroes killed the original Drowned King. And that's basically why he looks so flabbergasted, where he's like, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Like full killed, not imprisoned, killed.
No, he was killed. He was killed.
Killed.
He was blown up by a holy bullet.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. So the other you that I saw was killed.
Right. I guess. If it's gotten this bad, then yeah.
The other you wanted this to take over this planet?
No. All right. This gun, if we go with that metaphor, following me? Okay. The gun I use to bring the planet to heal. That way it's easier for me to save and move. But then once I do that, then I let go and everybody goes back to fucking normal.
Can I insight? Because I just want to make sure, because this is definitely going against everything Kreg understands about the Drowned King. I guess sharp.
Yeah. Yeah. Go for it.
Investigate a mystery, I suppose.
Yeah. Roll investigate a mystery.
Okay. 9.
All right. So you get one. Is it 2 questions or 1 question?
With a 9, I believe it's just 1.
Yeah, you get 1 question.
Investigate a mystery. I guess I want to know what is he going to do
in this moment?
I guess, can I just be more is there a way to just ask if he's being truthful with me? Is he lying? Can I insight that?
Yeah, so he goes on and he goes, because I'm assuming you probably made a face when he said save.
Yeah, absolutely. That's where I'm just like, this is wrong. That's not what people. Because
they were coming. They took my world. They took a bunch of others, and this is how I was gonna save these planets.
Who is they?
The angel and the wolf.
You've lost me. I'm afraid.
His name. Fuck was his name? Valerian was his name.
Does that name ring a bell to me?
That rings a bell. as a political basically person in the current political state. There is a man who goes by the name of Valerian, who basically he's what's the word? What's the word that somebody uses their money to do good? Philanthropist. He's a well-known philanthropist in Novum. He's a very, very well-known philanthropist in Novum.
Okay. I know that name.
He's here.
He's been here for a while.
Well, I'm sorry. Because if he's here already, guy's already lost.
I have some friends who are currently out there. I presume, is it safer to be inside of your vessel?
Did you see that shit out there?
Okay, yes.
Yeah, then yeah, it's safer to be in here.
Do you have means of bringing them in here? I can, but it requires a lot out of me. I believe they all need to know all of this information as well.
Where are they?
I point out exactly where they are, up on the ledge way above.
I need the four of you up on the ledge to roll me 2d6 plus sharp.
I've also messaged you.
I got an 11.
I also got an 11.
Yeah.
Got a 3.
3. So everyone, well, specifically Mal. What'd you roll, Sydney? One more time. 7. Okay. Mal, you suddenly have an intense headache, like almost like brings you to your knees, splitting headache. Branwen, the side of your temple hurts. Els and Dr.Nicolai, you just feel this pressure as there is this blue and green skinned man with 2 horns coming out of the front of his head, now leaning on the balcony in front of the 2 of you, or in front of the 4 of you. So your friend down there wants me to bring you down.
Do we recognize him?
The person who would recognize him immediately without having to do extra thinking would be Miss Els. Because he matches every depiction that you have studied.
Hello, Mr. Drowned King.
Zarathar is fine.
Informal. I like it. Have you harmed our friend?
No, he asked me to come up here and help you.
Is he like gone from my vision?
No, he's still in front of you.
Yeah. Are you speaking with
him? I'm talking to them.
Okay.
The little one bowed to me. That's a little strange.
And I do my little teleportation thing and pop up there. It's all right. Let him take you down. I promise I'm fine. Everything is all right. I believe you all need to hear what he has to say.
What we're not gonna do is anything rash. We're gonna go down to the ship and hear what the Drowned King has to say before we jump to any conclusions. Looks at Mal.
Mal's face down on the ground.
Mal's like holding his head in pain. He's like, and
I'm just like, God, what's happening?
He looks at him and he goes, "My presence is sometimes difficult on weaker minds. Sorry."
Somebody has presence? What?
We're gonna go. Let's go.
And in the next blink, you're all standing within the ship.
Peculiar.
Thank you for bringing them to safety.
And truly, by bringing them down here, you brought them into danger, but safety-ish. There's no really safe down here.
No,
you see, he just begins to kind of move about the ship, like checking things.
Elsa's doing the same thing. She's just roaming around trying to find things and try and get the ship operational.
Okay. Can you Phil, cliff notes of what just happened. You're the drowned king. You're helping us out. Why?
The one that was destroyed by the six.
Six?
Standing in front of us.
All right, so here, come closer, little ones. Let me lay some knowledge. All right, so I'm the last of my kind, so I made backups in case, things went south. But somebody was supposed to wake me up. My lieutenant was supposed to wake me up if my real body went down.
You're the last of your kind.
Correct.
Okay. So you don't want to hurt us?
I mean, right now I have no reason to.
That's good. That's good. Oh, no, you know what? I'm not going to ask the questions. I'm going to let you say what you need to, and I'm just going to sit over here. Lots happened over the past 24 hours. You enjoy.
How are you two still alive? And he points to Nico and Branwen. How are you still in control? Huh.
I am adept in the ways of magic.
This ain't magic, it's biology. You're being eaten up from the inside. Both of you.
Well, whatever was done, I seem to have slowed it down.
You know what the hunger is?
Yeah.
What is that exactly?
I guess I have to explain the gun metaphor if I use that again, but because he was the only one I heard it. But that, and he kind of just wildly gestures out there, I made it so that anybody who's infected with it wants to spread it. Right. So that hunger you're feeling is the need to spread. You two are essentially walking viruses. You have the need to you're going to have the innate need to consume the resources around you and spread till you consume all the resources in one place and then spread to another. And that's presently what's happening inside your bodies. But I'm just flabbergasted that you're that far along infected, but you're still standing.
Can you stop it?
I could.
Will it kill them?
Not if I do it.
Would you be willing?
Not for free, obviously. But
sorry, you were meant to be awoken by someone as a contingency plan. You're like a simulacrum.
Sure.
What is your purpose now?
Well, normally, the plan I would just resume what we were doing, which was bringing this planet into the astral sea. But now, if that's failed, I don't really know. So
you mentioned someone by the name of Valerian.
Yes.
They are the problem here, according to you.
Yeah, they're the one who burned planets and destroyed my home, and the one that I was trying to save this planet and all the other planets from.
And yet they are here and they have done nothing. They've
No, if he's here, he's done it already. He's planted people everywhere. He has undermined governments. He has gotten whatever he wants and weaved his web if he's already here.
Who is Valerian the angel or the wolf?
He's the angel. His wife's the wolf.
His wife.
Yeah, it was Monroe, I think.
Branwen, you're getting nervousness and for the first time, fear.
He's on some crusade, him and his wife.
To do what? Destroy things? That's
They're looking for something. That's all we know. I was too busy running.
Is Mal's brain done hurting?
Now that you're in his physical presence, yeah, it's done hurting.
I want to roll to see if I recognize the names, especially if they're political leaders, to see if I know anything about like what they've been doing, having been from the city, to see if I know anything in the dark underlings of happening.
Any of you who are just, from Novum at large would know the names of Valerian and Monroe because they are well-beloved philanthropists. They are known for basically providing support for the poor, building housing, helping fundraise for things. So
they're not private benefactors.
No, they are well-beloved people in the world of Novum because they help everybody. They literally have an island for people to come and recover and things like that. And it's they are Mother Teresa, essentially.
This question's mostly for flavor. Mm-hmm. But given Mal's background within the city and within some of the darker side of things that he deals with, would he have ever heard of any dirt happening with that family?
No, they're squeaky clean. Any other questions, or do we want to work on getting out of here?
So you're here because you got to keep in mind we have a large history of what you are, who you are.
Yeah.
But you're telling us that's all wrong.
I mean, is infecting a planet and taking over all the consciousness of the planet great? No. But I do would have to, it's for the greater good.
What's stopping you from just taking the planet and just moving it anyway?
I don't have the means to do that right now. Els, you would know this just from your study, that the Drowned King and the Collective brought these large, basically pieces of machinery to basically dig into the earth of Novum. And those were basically what they used, those anchors were what they used to begin to drag the planet down into the astral sea. They were these basically skyscraper-sized pillars that they brought with them on their ships when they arrived, that they would use to basically move a planet from the material plane to the astral plane.
Would I know if the 6 also destroyed those?
Yes, they were all destroyed. Yeah.
It appears you're missing your spires.
Yeah, so that's what's stopping me. Also, I just woke up, so I haven't really had time to assess where to go from here.
Right.
Who was your lieutenant that was supposed to wake you up?
It's a weird question. Alec checks his notes.
Gotcha, bitch.
2 seconds. That was Zalkern. He was an old fuddy-duddy of mine, but he was somebody I found as another refugee. And he was the one that was meant to wake me.
Did he ever refer to himself as Grandpa?
No, I called him Grandpa because he's so damn old.
Well, I think he's still around.
And you see the smug smile falls from his face. Oh. I understand now. This is him.
Yes.
Okay. And you see he begins to walk towards the door of the ship.
Hold. We should come up with a plan first before brand new awakened clone starts going and messing some shit up. We can handle this together. You don't need to just go out there and start murdering things.
Did you miss the whole thing about conquering worlds and all that type of thing? I'll be fine.
Yeah, no, that I totally understand. Get that. Get that so much.
But you just woke up. Else? You gotta, get your stretch in. Listen, nobody wants this thing dead more than I do. Believe me. All right?
Yeah, I've been in your head. I know why. I get it.
Is there anybody here who hasn't been in my head?
Oh, shit.
So what, you know us then? You've known us?
No, I own the ones who... I mean, that one and that one, he gestures to Nico and Els. They have stronger mental walls than you and you, sorry.
No, that's fine, I get it.
I'm a hothead.
Yeah.
Same.
Clearly, besides by those corpses you left upstairs.
Okay.
So you know it must be a big deal if the two hotheads are telling you to chill out. Yeah?
So then, enlighten me. Why do I need help of 5 miscreants to handle my lieutenant?
Because you don't know what he's been up to in the last while that you've been asleep, and we've been dealing with it directly. So maybe you just need a little bit of insight on what's happening before you go jumping into the maw. No pun intended.
Whatever your lieutenant has been doing, he has been doing for the past 300 years.
It's a long nap, King.
Oh, it's a long time for this thing to eat your planet.
All the more reason for you to help us, right? You said you wanted to save this planet, bring it to the Astral Sea. Didn't happen the way you thought it was going to.
Well, if Valerian's here already, the planet's done. I want to get out of here before he does what he does.
What does he do? And what does the Astral Sea do? Because, I mean, all the stories that I grew up listening to meant the end of our world, but you're saying it's the salvation of our world.
It's a place that makes it difficult for him to reach. It hides the planet. It's not a permanent solution, but hides it away from what he does. He comes to a world, embeds himself in it, and then brews conflict that ultimately ends up destroying the planet for some godforsaken reason.
She's a parasite.
Like I said, him and his wife are looking for something. You've been real quiet.
You know...
Glasses.
Mm.
Oh.
You're being noise-gated again.
Ah! Just been putting everything we've just learned together.
Why are you nervous?
I mean, you all. the legend that is the villain in our story, I think anyone would be nervous.
I looked in the majority of these people's heads. I saw what you do. And you're saying the boogeyman scares you? No.
The boogeyman is a children's story.
And you're scared? You're going to tell me after I saw you use... It's my lucky day. As I live and breathe. You're his fucking kid, aren't you?
You know his dad?
I've been talking about his dad for the last 15 minutes.
Would things click into place for Kreg?
Yeah, oh yeah. Click, 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 click.
This...
Kreg just walks to the side and stares outside for a bit. Doesn't just...
Hey.
So what?
Yes. Oh, nothing. Nothing bad. Just Branwen's getting in the middle. Just inching towards the middle of you and Nico. Let's not jump to any conclusions. This might be proof that they found what they're looking for. Maybe they've changed. We don't know.
No, he's not the one they were looking for. No. Oh, this is a shock to you, isn't it? Oh, they didn't tell you? What did they tell you? Oh. Oh.
I can't say that. I didn't know the correlation between you and them.
You didn't know your parents were mass murderers?
Branwen, you don't get shocked. I didn't know that. I don't know many things. Clearly, there are many pieces of this puzzle that are still... How about we focus on leaving?
Sure. And he looks to Els. You know how to fly this?
She'll go over to the electric wires and what is it? Which would be better, investigate mystery or read a situation? Read a situation.
Investigate mystery, because it's a kind of technology you haven't encountered before, or physically encountered before. You've studied what was like kind of documented from the remains.
Yeah, because this is what is it? A vintage ship to her.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna use a luck for that.
Okay.
So. Okay. The question was, do I know how to use it? It's already powered up, right?
Some of the systems are online.
Okay, so Els kind of like pulls out wires and just and is noticing that some of them are frayed and are unusable. So what she does is that she takes the mechanics and pieces that she believes will help start the entire ship, and she starts stabbing them into her legs and her body, and then she just gets down on all fours and just growls, "Turn on!" And just from the core, just a rage of fire just emits, and it flows into the wiring system, and suddenly the lights turn on, and she just six it out and then starts plugging things and goes, "Yes, I can plug it."
That's impressive. That was little, but impressive. Now, if it's my lieutenant that's out there, by the way, he's not going to just let us fly out of here.
Then how do you suggest we deal with him?
Oh, we kill him.
How so? I would adore knowing some weaknesses.
Well, fire's number one.
Got that.
But if he's evolved enough, that's going to deal something, but it's not going to be the end of him. He's got to be completely erased. The only way to stop the infection is to make sure none of it remains. Otherwise, I programmed it so it would keep regenerating even from the smallest bit. So he needs to be annihilated.
Great. So you can start with
cured.
us.
I could start with
Yeah.
what?
Start with us. Pluck it out of us. The virus.
I said I wouldn't do it for free.
What do you require?
You're gonna tell me where your dad is.
You said there's no point, though, right? If he's here, then...
Just like there's really no point of you going after all of this if your brother's dead, right? Sometimes you just want to burn things down, right?
Permission to speak bluntly?
I'm not your dad, so please go for it.
You're the last of your kind.
Correct.
And if you go, then what happens?
If I'm gone?
Yes.
We're all gone. My people are gone.
I don't have qualms in telling you where my father is, but what do you expect to get out of it?
I'm gonna kill him.
You're not. That's why I asked.
Do you want to know why we were the first planet your father hit? Yes?
Sure.
And he puts a finger to your chest. And your connection to your magic, you don't feel it. We're the antithesis of what he is. And as soon as he removes his finger, you feel it again.
But you have to get close.
Yeah.
Then I asked, do you think he would let you get close?
Your father is as much of a narcissist as I am. He'll take the challenge if I issue it.
Not if it means it shifts what he needs.
Right. Well, that's the deal. You want to be cured? You bring me to your dad when this is done. Because clearly you have a lot of potential that he has been squandering. Be better off without him anyways.
There's a protective anger that rises within Nicolai, but he doesn't act on it, just so Branwen knows. But like I don't have okay.
We have a deal?
We have a deal.
Excellent. Well, Miss Els, was it?
Yes.
All right. So as soon as you start the ship up and you begin to fly, those bugs are going to come streaming at us. You think you can dodge them?
Yes.
All right.
Does this ship have any self-defense capabilities?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Gunner port?
Yeah. Back to the left and to the right. There's one on either side.
I'll take gunner.
There's 2 guns.
I'm obviously flying.
I know. Else, you're good.
I'll take the other one.
There we go. Teamwork. Mopey,
Directions.
by the window. We need you focused.
Something has happened to this world that is unchangeable. How certain are you that you cannot save what is left?
Well, the way I see it is this. You don't stop this. As he points out the window, he's like, then you're going to have 2 problems. You take care of this, then you only got 1 problem. And if he keeps good on his deal, then maybe we take care of the second one.
I turn and walk directly over to Nico. And I just put one hand on the side of your arm, kind of like right on the bicep. And it's a soft touch. It's not harsh.
Nico, it is too late for me and my people. Do not let it be too late for you.
And I'll walk over to help Els, as I imagine I'm not unfamiliar with this kind of thing.
You'll definitely be able to use the help out role to give Els advantage when flying through the shenanigans that's going to occur.
Perfect.
CB is flabbergasted. I'm just gonna say that out loud. Nico doesn't move. He's in that same spot. There is a lot of weight and pressure on him. And I'm going to be real. It might hurt your shoulders, Branwen. Just the sheer calamity that is going on in his mind.
Branwen's gonna take your hand and bring you over to whatever cockpit that she's stationed in with the guns. She's gonna sit you down. If you'll let her, she's just gonna sit at the cockpit. Nico, I know you don't have a lot of processing power right now. But I'm sorry. You had to learn that. Or at least part of it. I don't know what you actually plan on doing. But if you're doing this for me, too, in any way, just make the decision for you.
His eyes slowly look up to hers. The machinations of my father and the machinations of him do not need to affect you. So I will make sure that you are okay. There's a lot more that he did not mention, because I doubt he knows. And because I don't know from my parental side, I don't know if the chicken or the egg is the true start of all this. I don't know. We're listening to someone who has power speak on the power that they have. I trust it's truthful, but it doesn't mean it's all. And what I do know about my parents, my father, there is reason that I do believe in, but there's more. And either way, you will not be a catastrophe in the games that they play.
That's fine. Families are complicated.
All right. Miss Els, take us away and watch out for the big guy. He's also probably going to be a problem.
So don't destroy the big guy?
I mean, if you want, you can go after him. I'm just generally saying might not be the best idea if we want to go up.
Is there an opening up, or are you going to control the ichor to give us an opening?
No, you're going to blow your way through. Yeah. It's going to be rough. It's going to be bumpy, but...
Hold on, everyone.
Okay.
All right, roll me 2d6 plus sharp, please.
Oh, so glad she is driving this. Okay.
And then Kreg, go ahead and roll to help. And then I need kick some ass rolls from my friends at the turrets.
Okay, that is an 8.
An 8. Okay. It's not pretty. It's not the smoothest takeoff as the ship kind of rips away from the tentacles and stuff like that are holding it in place as you jam the engine forward and the engine roars to life, taking off. And you, Kreg, what did you roll? Huh?
You're muted.
Muted.
Sorry. I got a 7.
A 7. So you're able to call them out just momentarily in time to give Els a heads up. As the ship tears away from the wall, you see the swarm of beetles suddenly just about face and all begin to head towards the ship as the ship has now taken off. The kick some ass rolls, please.
12.
12? Nice.
5.
5.
But
so, oh, yep. You gonna use luck? Okay. As the ship rips away and heads off, the two of you open up on these very, very much Millennium Falcon style turrets. Like the kind of rotating chairs, right? As you begin to rip into these beetle swarms as they're pouring through at you. Els and Kreg, I need another set of rolls, please.
10.
10, very good.
That is a 9.
9, all right. So that's a total of 11 for Els. And now I need 2 kick some ass rolls for my gunners.
And because just on the first turn after sequence, there's no way hell he was doing anything. He just kind of lost. Knowing that we need to get out, could I attempt to touch like the dashboard or whatever, even just the walls of the ship, and use magic to attempt to enchant the weapons?
Yeah. Roll for it.
Just to help out in some way, shape, or form. That's the lowest weird roll I can get.
What'd you get?
A 4.
A 4. Mark experience. As you go to enchant the weapons, you feel this kind of this pulse in your heart as more of the black tendrils have kind of begun to crawl through your body, and you feel yourself kind of falter and you cough up this black blood. And the Zarathar kind of just kneels down and goes, "Careful, big guy. Don't stress yourself out." He just kind of taps you on the back. All right, and my kick some ass rolls, please.
Luck.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. And Mal.
Can I use the power of heart? The verbiage is when fighting a monster, we're fighting multiple technically. If you help someone, don't roll cool, you automatically help as though you'd rolled a 10. We're fighting the same monster. I'm technically helping Branwen at shooting this horde.
Did you roll poorly? Is that what you're asking? No. Because presently you're going to be the one who needs help. So I'd say no. What did you roll?
Rolled a 5.
A 5. Mark experience for me. As you are too late to see it, as Els is able, with the help of Kreg, to like basically barrel through these swarms of giant beetles that are coming tearing at you, and Branwen just kind of rips into them. You don't see the large hand cresting up that slams into the turret. I need you to take 1 harm for me, Mal. As the ship is rocked, as basically it goes to like hard left, as Steve Godkong has basically picked up and started to swat at the ship. All right, we have presently we have 1 success. We have 2 successes flying. We're gonna do 2 more of these. Okay, so I need another flight roll from my pilots up front.
Ooh, that's already 10 there plus 2, 12.
12. Kreg?
7.
7. So it's a total of 13. CB, is there anything you want to do?
Real. I think he's out of commission right now.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. And then what are my kick some ass rolls?
13.
13. Damn.
Lucky.
Oh my god, that's the third.
What?
How much luck?
That's my second one.
Okay, I know, but that's the third luck used in this encounter.
Yes, I know.
As you're able to just in time unjam the turret, because the turret was kind of like locked in a position after being smacked. You're able to move it just in time, and as you see this massive jaw of this creature open up and heading for the side of the ship, you're able to crack the turret to the right and just down into its mouth, which makes it turn away as Branwen continues to rip up the swarms coming after the ship, and you all are able to the pilots are able to course correct. As you were just smacked to the left, you're able to course correct and heading up. And now, my pilots, you see you're heading at the ceiling, and my gunners, you're heading towards the ceiling. So before the pilots go, I want my gunners to go first, because it's going to be on you to open up a hole.
Heads up! We're reaching the ceiling.
Shit. I think I finally find the right station for the gunner channel for Branwen and I. And as we're shooting, I keep shooting at shit, and in my panic, I keep apologizing for things that I've done during this entire crusade down here. I think I'm just going ham, and I'm just like, I'm really fucking sorry that I got lost in the snow. I'm really fucking sorry that I shot 2 people. Just fucking going ham.
All right, my gunners, what did you roll?
Let's fucking go. There we go. 10.
10. All right. Branwen. Branwen, my dear, what did you roll? A 5. Mark experience for me.
I'll get to level up.
as you you are too preoccupied with shooting the beetles to hear Els shout out, "We're heading for the ceiling."
I think I'm drowning her out with my apologies.
And so our friend Mal has made an opening, but it's going to make your jobs as pilots a lot more difficult to thread the needle. So please go and roll plus sharp, and the DC for this is going to be higher.
I'm still doing help out, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I'll give him a bardic inspiration.
How does Branwen react in this moment?
Oh, I think Branwen, like I said, Branwen rolled a 5. She's too occupied shooting the beetles.
No, she's shooting the beetles, not the
right.
thing. Okay,
yeah,
sorry.
because she was so occupied with the beetles, she didn't hear Els shout. And because it's literally like, imagine like a swarm, almost solidified, of these sedan-sized beetles swarming towards the ship. So it's like, it dominates your vision.
It's like that one scene in The Matrix with all the
yes,
fucking...
exactly like that. Exactly like that. All right, my pilots, what'd you roll?
No.
My pilots?
No.
What'd you get?
Kreg.
I'm helping out. I'm helping out.
What'd you roll? Els?
Do I take the experience or do I do the luck?
I would do the luck.
Okay.
That's the one who just uses luck like it's, like it's Mike and Ike's.
I can expend it. It's fine. So I think as Els is looking up at the ceiling, seeing one of the turrets on one side of the ship shoot, but the other one not, and seeing that the hole is just a sliver, it's not large enough for the ship to go through, I think Els once again just like opens up one of the cargo areas where a bunch of wires are, and she looks through and takes them, stabs her left leg, and just lets out this primordial like scream as fire just emits through the wires and goes to the left-hand side of the turrets and shoots up at the ceiling to open up the hole.
So the engine roars to life and you burst through the ceiling. It is not pretty. You see like indicators on the panels start to kind of blink red as you slam through this. You, my two turret friends, specifically Branwen, you feel your turret like basically bubble on the side. Think very Clone Wars kind of like bubble on the side, kind of crack a little bit as you like start to feel open air hitting you as like your side of the ship, didn't go through clean. As you burst through and you're now in a cavern above. Els, do you continue to fly up?
I think at this point I just kind of look back to the drowned king. Where the fuck are we going now?
No, keep going up.
I keep going up.
Okay. All right. My turret friends, I need you to roll first for the pilots.
I am.
Yes, CB. You got something?
We went through, but now there's a hole on our side, which makes it a little more dangerous.
Correct.
For us. He is mentally incapacitated, but he's not going to just not do anything, even though he just hurt himself doing it. But he will put his hands directly on the ground of the ship, and from his hands there's a clear digital handprint, essentially, of that essence, of that raw weave, and it begins to spread almost like an infection, like a virus, but again, it's very glitchy and fractal as it starts to move out. I am intending to do a thing beyond human limitations.
Okay.
I'm intending to almost encase the ship and make it like a battering ram.
Okay.
Just in case any of the weapons fail, there's still damage being dealt.
Got it. Okay, roll for it. And gunners, please roll.
While
Uh-oh. Oh no.
Oh.
Which roll, CB?
I begin to cast this magic, and there's an audible gag cough as more of this black liquid this black ichor comes out of his mouth, but he's pushing through it as he screams out, just I use luck point and I make it be.
Okay. Luke, I did see your finger pop up.
Does this vessel have shields of any kind? Like, is there, like, what's in front of me?
Presently, you're at what looks like a navigation, basically, like, panel.
Does it look like it could, like, computer route a way where, like, the route through is thinner, like an easier access point to?
Essentially, that's what I was kind of like by you helping out, like you're guiding the best path.
Cool. All right,
at this point.
So that's all right.
Yeah. All right, gunners, what'd you roll?
It's probably not a smart idea to try to do this right now. 9.
9. Okay.
Also a 9.
9. So the two of you in tandem. Now I need my pilots to roll.
While they're rolling for that, did I happen to hear Branwen's sphere cracking over the comms?
I mean, you heard the sound of the ship hitting the ceiling. Okay. Nobody really communicated what was happening.
Okay.
I got a 9.
9.
I also got a 9.
Hey!
Look at 4 9s.
Hey.
And then as the guns, you guys kind of about face to shoot downwards, as you see the beetles are shoving their way through the opening that you all made to follow up after you. You're able to kind of shoot down at them. And you see, Kreg, as the as the ship's kind of flying through, you see both of you up front, Kreg and Els. My God, this prismatic shape kind of comes around it as Dr. Nicolai's magic takes shape, and the two of you are able to kind of ram your way up through another kind of tunnel.
I want to flavor really quickly. You know how like some Viking ships, or even just those older ships, sometimes like at the front of the ship, there's always like an image, like a metallic image or something. Like they've carved out like the person watching at the front. I don't know what that actually is called.
I don't know what it's called either.
The helm.
I think that's the wheel.
There's the bulkhead. Right. There's like the. I know what you're talking about.
It's like a figure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very much at the front of this battering ram is the face of a wolf.
Fuck yeah. As you all are making your way through this tunnel now, zipping your way through, roaring your way through, shooting down at the beetles and the creatures that are following you, and as you see the maw itself begins to kind of come to life, trying to grab at the ship. As you kind of pass through this last passage, my friends in the front, as the ship is basically like you are vertical. You're on your backs facing upwards as you're rocketing up. You begin to see the breaks of the cold gray sunlight of the Arctic begin to kind of pierce through as you have busted through up and you are now rocketing towards the surface. And I'm going to need one last round of rolls. Yes. Correct.
This is purely flavor thing. But the nature of who I am and what we talked about, is this little bit enough to maybe give me like a +1?
Like hope, you mean?
Yeah, like, or just like revitalizing.
It would feel like a breath of fresh air. So yeah,
okay.
For you in particular, it would feel like a breath of fresh air.
That's kind of what I was aiming for.
So I need one last round of rolls, and with the addition of CB's battering ram, Els add an extra +1 to your roll. So I need the pilots first, the gunners second.
That's a total success. That's 12 plus 3, 15.
Let's go. Very good. Kreg, how was your guidance?
It's close. 7.
And my gunners?
I'm going to help Branwen.
Okay. Roll help out.
I will note that I have a -1 equal. So this is almost guaranteed to expose me to danger unless I roll very well. It's the way I just rolled an 11.
Let's go.
-1, which is 10.
You scared me.
As the gun on Branwen's side is like rocketing downwards, you begin to see kind of like the bolts that are holding this turret in place. I'm just going to describe what I'm going to show you, and then you can tell me how you're going to help out. As you see, Branwen is just like in a frenzy, shooting downwards into this army of beetle things that are flying up after them. She's not noticing that turret is beginning to disconnect from the ship, from basically not making it through the hole in the ceiling. So how are you going to help?
I think almost everything he does, even if he's not using magic properly, there's always a level of like just latent magic. I do think he notices this. You said the bolts are starting to come out. You
can see like basically like if this is the ship, this is the turret, it's beginning to peel off.
Yeah. He does something that he typically doesn't do. He uses his hands. He runs over and helps guide the ship, but as he does, you see that fractal magic turning with him as he attempts to not guide the ship, but guide the turret. As he's physically hands on top of hands, helping guide. He's like almost pumping his own power into what you're doing, and as he does, he's like lifting the what's the word I'm looking for? The turret magically, but you see it actually lifting with him as you're shooting it. He's holding
keeping it in place.
Yes.
Yeah. And Mal, what did you roll?
I rolled a hot 13.
Sam!
Don't hesitate like that. My God.
So you all tear up into the sky as you, like, your eyes, you have to blink because it hurts so bad from this much light that you haven't seen in a long time. As the ship tears upwards into the sky, reaching through the maw into this wintry air. Where do you go from there?
I think as the ship starts to stabilize in the clouds, Els gives control to Kreg, and she like claws up the back part of the seat to like peer over and stare at the drowned king, and she says,
"We got out. Now heal them."
Els, the deal was he takes me to his dad, then I heal him.
That was not the deal. That was not the deal. The deal was heal us and then we take you. 100%. He would have said yes if the deal was go to dad first. I just want to say that out loud.
No, he knows.
Okay. Oh, okay. I thought that was DM.
No, he knows.
Okay.
No, he's being an asshole.
Yeah. But you know what, Els? You did such a great job. I'll meet you halfway. Branwen, may I see you?
No. It's okay.
Els, I'm not going to make it if I at least don't pull it out of one of them. So you might want to convince your friend. But frankly, and Kreg, you would see what he's talking about. You kind of got other things to worry about. As you see standing in front of the ship that you all came here, you see a massive figure standing next to it. And you see it raise its hand like this. And you see it from the snow, not from where the maw is, from the snow. You see these massive black tentacles begin to crack out of the ground and begin to come towards the ship.
Our ship or the one we...
Your ship. The one that you're flying presently.
Okay.
Looks like my old friend wants to talk after all.
Can you not take care of that? Are you not able to handle your old friend?
Well, I could. But then you all leave, and he doesn't take me to his dad.
Or it kills all of us and you don't get to see his dad.
Oh, so then I guess we're all going to have to deal with him.
We don't have time for this. I will stay with you until we take care of it.
You think he's going to let you leave at all? And really, we don't have time for semantics or planning or figuring things out. As he's right, as you see, Kreg, these massive black tentacles, maybe about a dozen of them are reaching up towards the ship.
Mal's opening fire.
Nah.
And out of curiosity, unless this is last effort, I give no Fs. Up till now, for the most part, the maw and the specimens and all that stuff have been very afraid of being too close to us. Is it showing any part of that fear? Especially with the ship physically
the lesser beings of the maw.
But this is
the rival to you guys.
Gotcha.
The rival virus to you.
Gotcha. Thank you.
This is the rival specimen. So I need pilot rolls, and I need gun rolls.
We were done with those.
9.
9.
8.
8. Gun rolls.
10.
Gun rolls. 10. 5. CB, do you want to do help again, or do you have other things in mind?
The issue is, okay, let me actually, I know we're on episode whatever at this point, but you still learn systems as you still learn systems as you go.
Mm-hmm. I'm running the game and I'm still learning.
Period. Can you help someone, or can you choose to do a different option knowing the outcome of a roll?
It's kind of metagamey, so I would say no.
But that's what I'm saying. Some things are like you can do things based on what you know.
What I'll say is you see as the ship rips away with under the guidance of Els and Kreg, you see it basically rip away from some of the tentacles, but you see as Mal is fending off the ones on his side, you see the gun on Branwen's side being kind of disconnected from the ship. The ammo feed isn't feeding, and so the gun stops firing as you see a tentacle begin to wrap around and pull.
Then can I, through my hexing, because if I roll well, I'll be able to inflict at least 3 harm, right? Can I essentially make magic missiles going through the turret?
Roll for it, and I'll tell you what happens.
I'll be using my magic to hit it, but just how it hits it essentially is what I'm thinking.
Roll for it, and I'll tell you what happens.
I do so. 11.
So as the tentacle crumples the turret and grabs Branwen and begins to tear her away from the ship, you fire your magic and it hits the tentacle and it causes the tentacle to drop Branwen. And so Branwen is now tumbling through the cold air down. You're tumbling now towards the snow because the ship is now out of the maw and over the snow. You're falling still about, you've got about 50 feet to the ground. What do you do, Branwen?
I can fly.
Oh, hey.
So how do you do so? Please describe.
Let's fucking go.
For the class.
So, that's not even the ability I took. So you see Branwen turn into her monstrous form, the spine popping out, the fangs distending, the claws getting larger. And as you see this is new. Out from her back sprout these grotesque, monstrous, deformed wings that just erupt out of her and spread like a hawk. And she starts attacking this thing, just her.
And I'm gonna flavor one thing about your wings.
Go for it.
As they drip with black ichor.
Gross.
And they have this hawk but like tentacle look to them, where the spines of the wings are these black tentacles.
That's sick as fuck. Okay. Can I roll to hit?
Yeah, roll to kick some ass. Are you attacking one of the tentacles, or are you flying down to Grandfather?
I'd like to attack one of the tentacles.
Okay.
And that was awesome.
What'd you roll?
I rolled 2 6s. So 12 plus 2 to kick some ass. So that's a 14.
14. So on a 12 plus, you pick an advanced effect. You completely hold the advantage. All hunters involved in the fight get +1 forward. You suffer no harm at all. Your attacks inflict double, or your attack drives the enemy away in a rout.
Ooh.
So help the team. You take no damage, inflict more damage, or deal with that tentacle altogether.
I'm just gonna deal with it all together.
So in your fury diving down, you sever this in your fury, sever this tentacle completely in twain. As you see it just kind of spurting this black ichor and slams to the ground as that tentacle is completely dealt with. What's the rest of the class doing?
Can I yes and this?
Sure.
One? Seeing Branwen fighting, and it's gonna be in my affirmations later, but seeing her fight, and she knows when to hold restraint, she knows these things, but there's something about fighting, even knowing that she might not win, knowing that she is this rival virus could easily take her out and still going forward. I think there's a level of he needs to also fight just as hard because he doesn't know what's going to happen in the future, but at least he can affect what's happening now. I've been kind of using this in a different way, but I kind of want to use it how it's intended. I'm going to jump out the ship.
You're going to jump out the hole in the ship?
As I do, I'm going to, as intended, sorry, just checking. As intended, use magic to, where you at? To do one thing that's beyond human limitations. I want to join her in this fight, just so she's not alone in the air.
Okay.
I want fractal wings to also form, so he can just be in assistance.
Roll.
Oof.
So as these fractal wings sprout from your back, very similar to Branwen, your magic, which is normally this beautiful stained glass, is stained by these basically from your back, these black veins that run through the fractalization. As you join her in the fight to basically head wherever she's going.
And I get to her and I say, I told you I'm with you.
All right. My friends on the rest of the ship, what are you doing? Yes, Kreg.
I turn to the drowned king and I say, I'm giving you an opening. Do like you said you would and kill him. And because grandfather is right out there where I have been, I'm gonna pop behind him. And I'm just gonna try and punch straight through his back.
Kick some ass. That leaves Els and Mal on the ship. Before you tell me the result of your roll, Kreg, I want to know what Els and Mal are doing. So El and Mal, you are left on the ship as two of your party members have sprouted wings and begun to do battle with giant tentacles. Kreg has vanished after telling the drowned king, I'm going to make an opening for you. What do the two of you do?
Before all that happened, before Kreg disappeared, the moment that Branwen was ripped off the ship, I was on the comms yelling. I was like, Bronwyn's gone. Tentacle grabbed her. Oh, Dr.Nicolai's flying. They're both flying. I'm just trying to give him a play-by-play of what's going on, and I'm completely oblivious to what's happening in the cockpit. So I'm just taking shots with the tentacles at this point in time, or at the tentacles. So
okay,
until I hear otherwise from Els or DK.
Are they okay? They're out of the ship.
Yeah, no, she's fucking kicking ass, dude. And did you know Nico has wings? He's kicking ass.
And then like the little wings on the back of Els flutters. Fuck. She's.
I know. I wish we both had wings. This would be great.
Let's try to buy them some time.
So I don't know how I can be of assistance, but I don't know if the ship is at all at this point even a focal point for these tentacles.
It still very much is there, because there's 11 tentacles left.
And then I think over the comms, I talked to Mal. You got the ichor? You got it?
I don't have the what?
Are you going to fuck them up?
Oh.
Get your head in the game!
I start crying. I start shooting. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I lost Ben. I don't want to be a burden. And I start shooting.
All right, I need a flight roll and a gun roll. And then I'm gonna then get to Kreg, and then I'm gonna get to my flyers.
9 again. 6
9
plus 1 plus 2.
11. So you are able to guide the ship effortlessly towards the tentacles. Mal, you're able to rip into them. Every time now here, Mal, you're going to deal 2 harm with the turret to one of the turrets. To one of the tentacles. Now, my friend on the ground, what'd you roll, bud?
Got a 6.
God damn it, Kreg.
Okay. So as you basically appear, you punch your fist through this thing, and you do. The fist goes straight through out the front side as you feel the cold air hit your fist on the other side. And then the horrific realization that you cannot dislodge your fist from where you put it. As you see the head of Grandfather crack like all the way around to face you. Very like an owl normally would, but it keeps moving. And then you see the rest of the body turn to face you as the body kind of reorients itself and cracks to face you. And he says nothing because you have to take some harm in return for rolling kick some ass. And on a failure, did you mark experience?
Yeah, I didn't. As that realization sets in and Kreg sees that, he just mutters,
I'm sorry, Els. I guess Branwen won't know.
As Grandfather reaches his hand and it goes around your face, and you feel the pressure that you've never felt before, and then you feel something jamming its way through basically anywhere it can. As you're going to take 3 harm. As he's got his basically massive paw around your face and is beginning to infect you.
I mean, it's -1.
So you're going to take 2 harm.
Cool. I got 2 left.
Is
getting face huggered.
I'm unstable.
Can I see that?
Yeah.
Hold
Does
on.
anyone? We all
Hold on.
see that?
And as the 2 my pilot friends are ripping up one of the tentacles, and as my flyers, I'm going to go to you next. So you 2 are currently in the midst of fighting a tentacle. So
that she dealt with.
There's 11 more. Which one? Well, technically 10, because 1 has been dealt with by the flight crew. So there's 10 left. You would see Kreg being lifted up off the ground, with Grandfather basically lifting him almost like 2-3 feet off the ground by his head. And you would see Craig's body just convulsing. What do the 2 of you do?
Swan dive.
I feel like we have a moment of looking at each other and then just shoom.
Yep. Right.
I need the 2 of you to roll kick some ass, please.
Okay.
Are we rolling kick some ass because of we're going to go fight, or for a very specific reason?
For a very specific reason.
Okay. I just wanted to ask.
Oh man. Okay. Well, I rolled really good. So, also I have a question for you. Technical question about the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I also took a mortal thinking that Nico and I would be separating soon, but now we both have a mortal. Does that stack?
No, it's just flat now. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's a 13.
13.
That's a 10 for me.
So what did the 2 of you do to rend Kreg free from this?
All right, so they both have a moment. They look, they swan dive down. I imagine just like weaving in between tentacles as the mass of them come and try and snatch them as they make it down towards Kreg. Branwen is going to immediately go for Grandpa in the hopes that Nico is going to go for Kreg. And
I mean, you can communicate that to each other.
Oh, we can. I forgot we can like literally be telepathic with each other. We just been doing feelings and shit. What the fuck? Sorry.
I think they're so smart.
Absolutely not. Yeah. So I asked a question earlier because I would like to flavor this as a hex for one specific reason. As I see Branwen going for big boy for Grandpa. Immediately veering behind to get to Kreg and attempt to pull him off, but as I almost literally like hug him from behind, I'm intending to use my own power to protect him, and as I pull away, per hex, the target breaks something precious or important. I would argue that the important thing that I want broken is the literal thing attempting to infect Kreg. I would like to break the infection.
You'll stop.
Or the infection point.
You'll stop. Yeah, you'll stop it from infecting him. Yeah.
I want to. I want my magic to go into that, and then as I pull him, I want to. Make sure that shatters into a million pieces.
And Branwen, how much harm do you deal?
Oh, I do 3 as I claw from behind him. Both of my claws claw through his face.
As you rip across his face, and as Nicolai, you hug onto Kreg and pull him away, you see almost like a network of roots pull itself away from every place it possibly could go in from Kreg's face as you're able to kind of sever it and pull it away. Kind of the two of you going tumbling into the snow. Like in one of those anime moments where one of you ends up on top of the other,
of course,
as you both roll in through the snow. My pilot friends, you now see Kreg has gotten away due to the help of Nico and Branwen, and Branwen is now facing down Grandfather as very similar. The body reorients itself to tower above Branwen. What do you do?
Elle's frustrated that she's unable to help them any more than this. She just kind of like screams over her shoulder at the drowned king and says, "Are you gonna fucking help or what?"
Yeah, fine. And you see he walks over to the opening in the ship and just kind of like falls backwards out of it. And then before I tell you what he does, I need to know what the two of you are doing because it's going to matter.
I think I'm going to continue to try and weave through the tentacles and trust that Mal's is going to hit at the extra tentacles that are coming up.
Give me a pilot and give me a gun roll.
Okay. 8.
8. Okay. Mal? Oh, no, Mal.
Math.
Mal, what'd you roll, buddy?
As long as I can dodge it, it's fine.
A hot 4.
You can dodge it.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna take the luck.
Oh,
okay.
Oh. Okay.
All right. I need everybody really quick to just DM me how much luck you have left. Because a lot of luck has been burned. As Mal, just something, you hear a voice that goes left. As you hear a voice in your head go left. As the ship kind of winds away with the help of Els, you hear your brother's voice tell you to look left as you wind the turret and you see this tentacle that was about to basically run you through Firefly style. How
fucking dare you make that reference?
You're able to rip into the turret and knock it away. And the drowned king, as he falls out of the ship, you see he suddenly kind of corrects himself and just slowly floats to the ground to make contact with the ground. And I'm just going to check the numbers really quick. Boop. Boop.
Oh, sorry.
Boop. Understood. Okay.
I lied.
You lied. me double check. Okay, understood. You see the Drowned King raises his hand. And I hold on, I gotta roll for it first. As you see, it's the only people who would see it is Els and I keep wanting to, because I was saying Mal's and Els and Mal. Els and Mal, you would see the air kind of flutter almost as you see the shockwave rock across the snow. And Branwen, you're going to take 2 harm down to 1. As also you and grandfather are rocked by this wave of force that comes from his hand. And you see grandfather whip his head around, like you see his neck almost like distend and extend around Branwen to see the Drowned King walking towards him. And he says, I thought you were dead. And the Drowned King just kind of nonchalantly walking up and goes, nah, old man, I'm still fucking here. And what do the rest of you do?
Really quickly, just for understanding's sake, I know they don't stack, but like Branwen took 2 and went down to 1.
Correct.
Would I start at 1 or would I start at 2 as well?
You would start at 2 as well.
Okay, great, thank you.
So you both have a blanket protection of 1. And so I'm going to start with Kreg and Nico on the ground. So you see like the snow roll past you as this shockwave from the Drowned King collides into grandfather and collides into Branwen. What do the 2 of you do? Kreg, you are coughing up black goop, and Iker, as you felt the very essence of yourself, the last of it, being drained away for a moment, but due to the efforts of Nico, you're able to hang on.
I think I'm pretty okay right now, and I am scarred, emotional, but I am not hurt, really. So I think I'm going to attempt to help Kreg up, and I'm going to look at him, and I'm going to say, we are fighting a losing battle. I need you to know this. Whatever the outcome, something loses. It is not just what he said. But right now, that big thing is a problem.
I agree.
Then I'm gonna look back at this bitch, and I am going to be a support character, not an attack boy. I would like. What does big boy? He's like summoning stuff. Does he like? Is he buff? Like, what is he doing?
He is this massive, about 10, 12 feet tall creature with this basically like a beard made very Davy Jones style of these black ichor tentacles, this full head of hair of these tentacles, basically like a set of, you see 4 on either side glowing red eyes. His body is this massive hulking like mess of muscle that is made of this sinew and tentacle that it's just constantly moving. You see spikes kind of distend and come out of his arms and his shoulders and his back every now and then. And you can swear you see the occasional face push its way to the surface of his body.
Ooh, yeah, Davy Jones meets Imhotep in the sand. I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Or I should say, let me flavor this, and then you tell me what happens.
Sure.
There's a moment when I look directly at the Drowned King as I stand and look at Big Thing, Grandpa. I look at the Drowned King, and there is a anger bubbling inside that Branwen would know. But it's both anger for people he is close to, and also anger for the audacity that is in front of him in some way, shape, or form. But he knows he needs help. He's going to put his hands on the ground, start to mutter in the most archaic of arcane languages. I don't know what this looks like in Monster of the Week. I can summon a monster into the world. I would like it to be some kind of fractal beast or something resembling my dad or an avatar of them or something. I need help. We need help to deal with that.
Is this big magic?
You know what? Let's make it big magic. It's technically not, but I think it would. I think this would constitute as big magic.
Mm-hmm.
I really do.
Roll for it.
I'm nervous. It's a luck point. As I'm channeling this power, it is beyond. It's not that it's beyond my reach. Nothing is beyond Dr.Nicolai Rezana's reach, but how he gets there is a problem. And I think he sits there and he focuses as hard as he can. He is yelling. The power is almost erupting around him. The powers that tell him that this greed and this impulse control is telling him to push, and he pushes because he knows if he doesn't, it's not going to work. And he uses all of his might in this moment to summon something that's going to assist him in this moment.
Check your Discord messages. Okay. So this explosion of magic just erupts forward. And Branwen specifically, a chill runs down your spine as this rocket of energy rises up in front. And as the energy begins to dissipate down, standing where that energy was, you see a woman clad in nice, like, noble clothes. You know, they're kind of deep purples and gold. She has dark skin and, like, basically beautifully curled hair that looks like it was set up for an evening to go out, with a gold band holding it in a high ponytail. She's got jewelry adorned on her, and you see she looks around and she goes, "Nikki, what the hell is happening?"
He points, and then his fingers go into two, as he points both at Big Thing and Drown King.
And you see she turns her face, and then, like, for both you, Nico, and Branwen, like, the chill and the fear that you feel from, like, another predator being around is increased exponentially. As you see your mother grab the gold band from the back of her hair and pull it out, letting her hair down to her shoulders, throwing it down to the ground. You see her pull off all of the jewelry, throw her shawl to the ground, and you suddenly see one shoulder crack forward, and then another shoulder crack forward, and you see she begins to extend and get taller and taller. You see her face begins to crack and shift and grow larger and longer. As you see, she grows to about a feet of about 12 feet tall. As you see the clothes tearing from her, you see fur pushing its way, this deep black obsidian fur pushing its way out of her skin. You see her claws begin to be the size of broadswords as her nails extend and grow, and she's this 10-foot tall. As she slams down into the snow, letting out this massive howl, you see this huge werewolf before you, and just begins to pound the snow as she heads towards grandfather. As the ship that you two are in see this new arrival shooting at the tentacles, Kreg and Nico collecting yourself, what you see, Branwen, use Drown King behind you, grandfather in front of you, werewolf chasing after you. I think that's where we're going to stop for tonight.
Fucking knew it too.
Thank you all so much for joining us for this episode of Mysteries of the Maw. That was a wild one, y'all. I have been Alec the Bard, your game master. Thank you so much to Tumidlynx as Kreg. Thank you so much to Jackie Elena Chan as Els. Thank you so much to CriticalBard as Dr. Nicolai. Thank you so much to Latinos Against Spooky Shit as Mal. And thank you so much to Sydney of Hightower as Branwen. We will see you all next time, gang. We're in the end game now.